Oh, man, oh man. Hello. To anyone who's checking out the VOD for this later, and to anyone who joins us here in a few moments. Um, First, I want to say hi and welcome to the stream. I hope that your day, evening, morning has been going well for you, whatever time it is, wherever you may be. I guess we can go ahead and just talk about what we're going to be looking at tonight. So, to give some background on the recent Silent Hill 2 streams that have been running, we did one playthrough that was spoiler free, where we just kind of let the cutscenes, let all that stuff kind of unfold. So, to anybody who wanted to kind of watch a let's play, I guess, of the game, they can kind of see it with a spoiler free experience. The archive for that VOD is still on my Twitch currently, and it has been added to my YouTube archive as well. You can find the link for the YouTube archive here on the Twitch profile. After we did the initial spoiler-free playthrough, we went ahead and started going for some of the other endings, started going for just kind of pointing out the amazing attention to detail that this game has, as far as some of the, almost like Easter eggs that foreshadow certain things in the game, or that hint at certain things in the game, the symbolism in everything from the monster design to the general story progression, the depth of the characters. Just kind of, Silent Hill 2 is my favorite game of all time, and I just wanted to kind of gush over it for a bit. So, anyway, we did the playthrough for that. On the first one we did, well, the spoiler-free playthrough that we did, we got the Leave ending. Which actually I should probably mention before we go any further. If you are someone watching this and you have not played through Silent Hill 2, if you are unaware of the amazing story and the ending and all that stuff, or how the story generally ends, you may want to probably tune out for the stream because there's going to be spoilers everywhere. If you want to just watch the game, check out that spoiler-free playthrough first, and you can come back on the VODs on this later. But yeah, so with the disclaimer out of the way, now we're going to talk a little bit about the endings. The first ending that we got on the spoiler-free playthrough was the Leave ending, where James and Laura leave Silent Hill. It's almost kind of like implied that maybe he adopts her. In the final letter that Mary wrote to Laura, she actually, explicitly mentions that if she had survived, she had been hoping to adopt Laura as a daughter someday. So it's kind of like, well, maybe that's what happened. Maybe they left, and that's kind of the closest that this game has to a good or like a happy ending. Is James just kind of leaves and puts it behind him, and takes Laura with him. The second one that we got when we started doing the spoiler-heavy playthrough, just to kind of demonstrate the differences in the difficulties, we set that one to easy for both easy action and easy puzzle or easy riddle difficulty. That time we played through it, I guess we weren't really aiming for a specific ending, just trying to not get the Leave ending again. We ended up getting the In Water ending, which is probably my personal favorite ending. Konami has mentioned this, or Team Silent has mentioned this previously, but there is no canonical ending for the game. There is no true ending. It's up to the player to interpret which one they think happened. There are some things that kind of hint in later Silent Hill games, like in Silent Hill 4. There are some scenes where you can talk with the superintendent of the building of that has the room that you're trapped in. And upon talking to him, you can find out he's actually James Sunderland's father. And he at one point he has some dialogue where he mentions that his son left at some point. I think he says my son left a few years ago and never came back, or something to that effect. So it at least kind of hints towards James not leaving the town, not doing anything like that, which could really be pretty much any of the other endings. But for the In Water ending, it's a very, very dark ending. Basically, James just kind of comes to terms with reality, and he kind of is freed of the delusion that he had kind of locked himself into, that he had trapped. He was a prisoner of his own mind in a sense. And he basically is so sorrowful and just kind of regretful, and just it's implied that he loads up because we see him pick up Mary's body after she hands him the final letter of the game. And we see him pick up her body and kind of take her out of the room. And then we just hear him, like an opening of a car door, and you hear him get inside, and he mentions, now we can be together forever. And then you just hear the engine rev up, and, tires squealing like he's just flooring it, almost as if he's trying to floor it towards the guardrail over the edge of the Toluca Lake, because the next shot that you see is underwater. You see the camera from underwater, and you just see bubbles coming up, kind of implying that he essentially loaded up Mary's body into his car and then drove it into the lake. The next ending that we got, I believe, or actually we may have got this ending second, and then the leave ending, or the in-water ending third. I can't remember the order, but one of the other endings that we've already seen is the Maria ending. For that ending, James essentially just kind of submits to his delusion and is like, fuck it, I'll just stay here with Maria. You're just going to be the new Mary because you're my mentally idealized version of Mary anyway. Being all flirtatious and, all that, all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of messed up as he basically tells Maria this, that, yeah, I just want to stay here with you. And she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And then you see the two of them like walking down the street towards the or like in the very initial area of the game where you're exiting the rest stop and you get your map out of the car. It shows the two of them walking down the road there, and Maria coughs, and then James says, you better do something about that cough. And it's like, yikes. So anyway, that's another of the endings that we've seen. The last of the main, there's 4 like main endings in the game, and then there's 3 like special endings in the game. The last of the 4 main endings is the one that we're going to be trying to go for this evening, and it is the Rebirth ending. I don't want to give that one away, just because I want to show the endings first before we actually really, dig in and talk about it. But what involves, the only requirement for this ending, this one has a kind of unique requirement. The only thing you really need to do, there are 4 special key items that appear throughout the game in certain like predefined places. Pretty much if you pick up all 4 of those items, like they appear after you have a clear save, you pick up all 4 of those on your next playthrough and beat the game, and you'll just get the Rebirth ending. It's really just checking to see that you have these 4 items, and not really anything else the other endings really look at for criteria. We are going to be doing this one. For our previous playthrough, we set the action and puzzle difficulty to hard. And hard mode has got hands in this game. I forgot. It's been so long since I had played through hard. Because like the last time I played through this game on hard was probably on the original Xbox. Like it's been at least like 10 years, if not like 15 or something. It's been forever. And yeah, I was getting bodied. On hard action difficulty, the enemies are much faster. They're much more aggressive. Like they attack more often, they do more damage, they have more health. Some of the boss fights are very difficult. The boss fight where you have to run from Pyramid Head at the end of the hospital is insane. I'm positive the only reason we beat that is because we ran into some weird bug I've never seen before, where Maria either just like didn't appear in front of Pyramid Head, so like he was just chasing me instead of chasing Maria and then me. So we didn't really have to worry about him stabbing Maria and killing her, which gives you a game over. That happened to us a few times, and then one time we just tried it, and it was like, where's Maria? Whatever, and we just ran to the end. So, yeah, but that is like a ridiculously hard boss fight. If you don't get that bug, you pretty much have to have your turns and your controls, like, your execution has to be optimal. For some fighting game terms in there. But, yeah, we found out, or I remembered, my own delusion was broken. I didn't remember hard being this freaking hard. But we also kind of, I guess you could treat that as the very first of what I'm sure will probably be many attempts for me to try to 10-star this game. I think after I'm going to do a playthrough of each of the endings to show those each off, and then I'm going to actually try to go for like 10-star rank, because that's a ranking I've never got. Like, as huge of a Silent Hill 2 fan as I am, never got a 10-star, and it's like, you know what, I need to fix it. I need to, it's time for me to go for it. So, that leads us to where we are tonight. Oh, one other ending we have already seen. We also went ahead and played through the sub-scenario at one point, the Born from a Wish, where you play as Maria. So we already saw that ending. That does count as one of the special endings. It'll appear in parentheses after the main count of how many endings you've seen. So once we have completed this playthrough and gotten the Rebirth ending, we'll probably do the dog ending next, and then the UFO ending, and that's going to be all of them. And at that point, we can actually really truly start to do like 10-star runs. So there's one very important thing I want to note, like just getting started on this. One extremely important thing to note is how the hard riddle difficulty works. If you play through the game on hard action, hard riddle difficulty, you'll have the hard version of the puzzles, right? Once you have beaten the game, if you play a second playthrough on hard, it will actually, as a surprise, with no indication, like the game doesn't hint at this, I don't think, anywhere. And it doesn't like tell you, there's no text that tells you, oh, like the secret puzzle difficulty has been unlocked. It literally is just, if you play 2 games on hard for your difficulty in a row, you'll notice all the puzzles are different, and they're also very hard. And this is referred to as extra puzzle difficulty. When you beat the game, that's what it will show up as for the puzzle difficulty you completed it on. For a 10-star rank, you can do either hard or hard. So since I'm just going to be doing a lot of 10-star run attempts, you know, I'm at this point out, I'm probably just going to be playing hard, just for any of the playthroughs going forward. It's also going to help me get good, because as we saw from the last playthrough, I'm pretty bad at hard mode on this game, being honest. Hey, Nafradorf, how you doing? GG's in that set. To sidetrack a little bit into Plus R, Nafradorf and I played an incredible set of Plus R the other night. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Lots of very nutty interactions. A couple times I had to check myself and realize I was not playing T5. But anyway, hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good one, and thanks for tuning in. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and start with the hard again. As far as, I guess at this point we do have a couple of choices. I know at this point, like, we've seen all the cutscenes many times. We haven't really skipped any of the cutscenes, we've just let all of them play out in every run. If you guys would like me to start skipping cutscenes, or like skipping dialogue or stuff, then I can certainly do that. It really just depends on if you guys want to see the cutscenes again, or if you just want to just go ahead and get back to the gameplay. I'm good either way. I think the cutscenes in this game are godlike, so I could watch them forever and
Mary,
never get tired of these.
would you really be in this town?
There's also a couple of things I want to try to remember to point out. I think one of them is in here. There is a poster, because we've missed it in the other times that we've tried to, let's go ahead and pick up this, the blue gem. We'll explain what that's for in a minute. But, somewhere, there is a poster for The Shining, like really early in this game, and I can't remember where it's at. But I was just checking, I thought it might be on the, one of the posters in the rest stop, but the only ones you can really make out there are the ones for Heaven's Night, which does have Maria on them, so still a neat little
my restless dreams,
Easter egg, but not quite what
I
we're
see
looking
that
for.
town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday.
Why is the music so godlike in this game? Like, every track is just non-stop bangers.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Okay, so we gotta get the map because it won't let us go anywhere without it. If you try to just go down this path, it'll literally just like stop you and he'll turn around and say, "There's a map in my car, might be useful." Hello, Fire is What? How are you doing? Good evening to you as well. We're doing great. I'm sure you saw in the title, we're just doing another hard playthrough, which is going to put us on, the true difficulty we're going to be on is hard extra. And we're going to be going for the Rebirth Ending. Doing high, how about you? I'm doing good, my friend. This is actually a jogging simulator, is what we're playing tonight. This sets up the... I feel like this this little, like, forest path scene sets up the tone so well. They immediately start putting in the sound effects where you start hearing something with some crazy distorted voice or noise or something, and then you hear these super heavy footsteps just crunching through the leaves, and it immediately lets you know it's like, wow, the vibes are bad. The vibes are off. They're not good vibes. Here we're gonna meet Angela again. One of the more important side characters in the game.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
I always thought it was interesting. You can tell they designed
Yeah.
this game for a Western
I'm looking
audience
for Silent
because
Hill.
the
Is
lip
this the
syncing
right
is
way?
synced to English instead of Japanese.
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but
It's
there's only
also
the one road.
a
You
little
can't
early
miss it.
PS2 era lip syncing at times.
Thanks.
For the most part, it's actually pretty good though.
But
Like for its day, it
Yes?
was considered pretty nice.
I think you'd better stay away. This, this town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Man, these enhanced textures are crisp.
Who is it?
Someone
Best this game has ever looked. Easy. Super easy.
very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her.
maybe someday we'll get another one of these games.
My father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. You know, people talk about, like, you know, I've seen some people get worried that Microsoft is starting to throw their weight around monetarily in the video gaming industry. It's like, you know what, we're just gonna buy Activision Blizzard. It's like, that deal that's like the most amount of money that's been paid for pretty much any sort of technology company ever. Like, that's insane. It's got a few people a little worried that, like, uh-oh, is Microsoft just about to, like, buy up all these, you know, developers or smaller publishers and ruin them or something. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I woke up to news that Microsoft was buying Konami, I would literally, like, backflip. Because then they would freaking do something with these IPs instead of just letting them, like, just rot. We'd get something that's not like pachinko machines or some, you know, whatever stupid shit. We'd actually get some real games again. Honestly, if that happened, like, all Microsoft would need to do, just buy the company, literally, like, get rid of the entire executive board, replace them with people that, you know, like games and are not just trying to run, like, a casino empire or some shit. And then you can, you know, actually make use of these incredible IPs that they have. It still kills me, like, they used to be, like, arguably my favorite game developer when I was younger. Like, Suikoden, I would actually love to do a Suikoden stream at some point. Not anytime soon, necessarily, but just... Oh, shoot, we're supposed to be looking for that poster of The Shining. I think, is that it? The yellow? I honestly don't know. I need to just hunt down a picture of it so I know what I'm looking for, because it's been so long I can't remember where it is or what it looks like. But anyway, yeah, I certainly wish that, oh, Fire is What says, Snake and Trevor are banished to the pachinko realm. Man, I would love, like, I really enjoyed Bloodstain, Ritual of the Night. Excellent Castlevania type game. But man, can you imagine how cool it would be if they just made, like, a good new Symphony of the Night? Or something along those lines, you know, if they just gave us, you know... Or what if they actually brought back Silent Hills? What if they brought that back from the dead, you know? It's like, man, we could have so many good things, but Konami sucks, so we'll never get them. But, anyway. Yeah, we're just kind of going through the motions. This early part of the game, you know, you gotta jog around a little bit. We're gonna see the cutscene with the blood. Conveniently smeared in a right turn. And then he's like, that shadow just now, could that be Mary? And it's like, bro, if that's Mary, whatever disease she had got her worse than we thought. Is there a Silent Hill Pachinko as well? Yes. I've seen cutscenes of it. It makes me extremely sad. I'll tell you, there's nobody that I feel more for as far as the Pachinko stuff goes. I'll tell you who I feel worst for, even worse than Silent Hill fans, is Metal Gear Solid fans. They remade like the cutscenes and stuff from Metal Gear Solid 3 in the damn Fox engine. And then they ended up just being cutscenes on a pachinko. It's like, what a slap in the face. That's literally, like, that's such a middle finger to your fans. That is insane. Like, it's not just that they, you know, that they don't want to do things for their consumers, for their fan base, you know, or people who are fans of the games that they make. It's not like Nintendo, where it's like they just don't listen to you, but they're not out to, like, necessarily actively, like, you know, I guess in some ways they are. But with Konami, it almost just feels like spitefulness. It's like, damn, they just hate the gamers that, you know, gave them all the money that, you know, that they made from games over the years. Which is wild to me. Yeah, it's like they do stuff just specifically to give the middle finger to their fans, and that was... But anyway, we pick up the radio, we see our first dude. Oh, also, let me know how the sound balance is. I think I may have actually tweaked it for the desktop audio a little bit. If it seems like it's too loud, or if the audio seems out of whack, just let me know. I can tweak it real quick. It's fighting time. About to get sprayed. I'm bad at this. Man, I tried to footsie that. I tried to backdash. It didn't work. That shit hit me super meaty. I'm just like running in place while I'm hitting this guy.
Is it dead?
Those spicy bowel fluids.
What the hell is
It's actually just a monster just made of Febreze.
It's not
It
human.
smells nice, but James is just not a fan of that scent. Alright. Dead. Could it have been this creature? Also, I think the, I was looking up some of the requirements for 10 star. Well, we got a little cutscene here. We gotta get the scrambled radio from
This thing broken?
somebody.
What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
Sounds like they turned Maria into a robot. Or Mary, rather. So let's go ahead and get back to jogging. We got some exercising to do before we can work our way through this game's mini challenges and secrets. So all we really had to do to go down there is just to get the radio. And just to see that cutscene because it's required viewing before you really... Actually, you know what? I wonder if it's possible to pick up the key. Like, to just go straight to the apartment key and pick that up. And then just go straight to the apartments. Like, I wonder if you can do that and just skip the radio. It'd make the game a little harder, sure, but... I mean, I guess it'd be neat to save the time. Save from getting hit, because, like... I can tell you guys right now, my dodging in this game is not that good. I'm working on it, but it ain't there yet. It's like, just playing just now and getting that plank, it's like, yeah, this first guy is going to give me problems like every time, unless I actually like get better at that specific scene. Also, I'm trying to pick up as much stuff as I can, so anytime that I see something, I want to make sure that I'm clearing that the item number limit. This is like a really weak attempt at a 10 star, I guess. I'm just starting to try to train and get in the habit. Right, got our apartment gate key. I should actually probably... Well, no. Trying to think of also, trying to build up some strats for like which enemies to kill by shooting and which ones to kill by fighting and all that. Oh, that does remind me. One thing that I'm going to do for this is we have unlocked the ammo adjust and we are turning that shit on because that doesn't affect a 10 star rating. You can play with that turned on and you can still get a 10 star. So as much ammo as is needed just to kill enough enemies by shooting, we're just going to try to make that as smooth as we can. So now we should be getting up. Step up. God, James, please. I just got like bitten in the foot by a giant cockroach. Okay, I need to not go that far. But there is like a health kit in here. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just trying to get a better feel for some of the general like stuff you have to do on 10 star. You just gotta grind it out. It's just like fighting games, right? You're bad at the matchup, you just gotta play the matchup more. Right now, I'm really bad at the hard difficulty matchup. Scooting right on along. Already made it to our first area. Doing pretty decent on time. I think the time limit is going to be under 3 hours. It's either under 3 or under 3.5. I found a 10-star ranking run that I'm going to use as kind of a guide for like some strats. And it looks like it's just a little over 3.5 hours. I know for a fact the first thing we need to do is get the flashlight. If I remember... Yep. One thing that's interesting that somebody pointed out is this is room 208, right? Or is that room 208? Oh, 205, I think is it. But, yeah, there's certain numbers that have, like, significance, like certain repeated patterns and stuff. But I'll have to look up and see what the other places where it appears are. Alright, so just trying to melee enemies at all seems to be very bad for my health. I'm guessing what we'll probably want to do is just, once we get the handgun, yeah, because this takes forever to kill these guys, jeez. Oh, there's another one out now. That took so long. Oh my god. Stop him. Alright, let's just leave. Bro, we're getting bodied again. Look at that. Our health is already, like, low enough to show the cross. That is not a great start. Like, damage eating wise. But... yeah, I don't think there's anything else down there. So we'll just cut back. We'll, do a little juke. Yeah, enemies can track, like, they'll turn you when they do stuff, but just to generally turn around like that guy, you can tell it took him a minute. I think we need to just go straight up to the 3rd floor. Now that we got the flashlight, all the other stuff is just, mostly optional, and we can't do anything in the clock room yet. But yeah, I'm guessing what we'll want to do is try to shoot as many as we can, and then to get the fighting kills, probably just shoot them until they fall down, and then go for a stomp. That seems like the move. Here we're gonna meet the resident hand stepper owner.
Ow! Hey, wait! Damn it.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am max comfy this evening. I am wearing a Darkstalker shirt. This is just a super comfy, like, house shirt. Fun little fact, I actually won this shirt by winning a regional tournament for Plus R many moons ago. I was at a Southeastern Regionals one year. I don't even remember which year it was. But, yeah, I went up to Tennessee and won the Plus R tournament, so I got this rad t-shirt. I also got a copy of Chrono Phantasma for Blaze Blue on PS3. It's a pretty good weekend, really. Great weekend. Alright, we need to immediately equip this handgun, because dudes are about to get blasted. Oop. Alright, we also need to go... there were some side rooms we need to hit. We want to try to avoid... yeah, we want to avoid the trigger there that triggers the screen, because that takes a little bit of time. It stops James, and we'll just come back and see it when we're ready. Alright, so that's the legs. I don't think there's any actual ammo or health potions or stuff in here. Nah, damn, that was kind of a waste. Oh, we got another enemy kill by fighting, so that's fine. Like, the more I've thought about it, it's like, damn, it's gonna be tough just to, like, get the number of requisite kills. Like, you have to have enough ammo to get 75 shooting kills, and that is a lot. Whoop, really? Alright. Alright, we're not gonna do this, my man. Get back here right this instant. Alright. Oh, we got him, so that's one by shooting. don't think there's anything in these side rooms. I guess now's the time to double check. Try to get a feel for like where item placement is so I could kind of easily route to it when we're doing the for reals, the serious runs. Okay, so there are some bullets back here. Those are always handy. I don't think there's anything in this washroom. Nope. Back out we go. We do want to be careful on hard. Some enemies in some locations, like there's a few corridors or a few hallways here in the hotel, that I do think enemies can like possibly respawn in. Like sometimes, you know, most of the time when you kill an enemy, it stays dead for whatever room it is, and there are some exceptions to that. This is one of those, you know, these hallways are one of those places that sometimes enemies will reappear after they're already, after they've already been shot. All right, go ahead and get the scream out of the way. Damn, that's a shame. All we really got from that whole trick was like a box of bullets and a few kills. I mean, I guess the kills are... It's better to be slightly over than slightly under. But yeah, I forgot you can backwalk fast if you hold run in this game. Alright, and no need to actually view that cutscene. It just takes time. So we'll just go ahead and skip it. Oh, also for the game's time ranking... Oh, we gotta go back to 202, that's right. For the game's like time ranking, cutscenes do not count against your time. Also, having the game pause does not count against your time. So that's why, like, even when we're trying to run for speed, cutscenes are still fine. They don't count against you. Which is very cool. I think that's how, like, any game with cutscenes and, like, time-related mechanics should be. It's like, don't have it count against people just because they want to, like, see the story, you know? These guys are obnoxious. It's like, it almost feels like maybe they like start crawling faster. Like once you knock them down, they only sit there for like a half a second or something, and then they start woo, doing all that stuff. Being all dramatic. Right, so now is when we get the clock key, because we've got to delve into this hole and yikes. Alright, we got the clock key. Oh shoot, wasn't even thinking. I did skip that cutscene. Not a whole lot to be missed on it though. He sticks his hand into the super gross hole, and after fumbling around for a minute, if you're playing on a console port, you get some serious vibration feedback. It's a little like kinetic jump scare. Oh my god. I hope the bugs count as kills. I'm sure they should. I mean, they are technically an enemy. Alright, so we got the clock key. We need to go back to the room with the clock. Is there a dude here? No. Okay. There's a dude down here, and we gotta take care of him. God, it feels like just in the time it takes to walk a couple steps over to him where I can stomp him, it feels like, man, he's about to just, like, start doing all this shit again. He's gonna nip at my heels and probably hit me pretty hard. Enemies hurt like crazy on hard difficulty. I mean, we went into red health just because I got hit by a few Febreze clouds. Yeah, this is one of those puzzles. The solution is always the same. It's always gonna be 910. But you gotta get the clock key where you can open it. Once you set it to 910, you can push the clock out of the way. And then you find the perfectly clock-shaped hole in the wall, which you can squeeze through. Yeah, health drink. So save point here, we're not gonna use it because remember, to get a 10-star ranking, you can only save twice. That includes looking at the save points. So if you like accidentally examine one, and then you're like, oops, I didn't mean to, I'm just not gonna save, and you back out, it still counts. So you really can't even look at the save points. I guess I should also one thing I'm going to be doing on this and, you know, the next few playthroughs is I'm really going to try to figure out where the good places to, like, kind of use my 2 saves would be. I know one is probably going to be the Pyramid Head fight right before the into the Brookhaven Hospital, just because that fight's so hard. The second one, I guess, might be maybe before the last 2 pyramid ones. It's definitely going to be a challenge for sure. This whole cutscene inspired by a scene from a 1985 David Lynch film, Blue Velvet. It's a couple of references to that in this game. There are some pretty neat influences on this game in general. You know, you got some David Lynch works. I mean, Lost Highway, if you guys haven't seen that movie. Which I will say right now, David Lynch films are weird. I'll give you a heads up on that. But if you ever are curious, watch Lost Highway. There's some similarities between that game, or between that movie story and this game's. So anyway, we shoot through the door, or through the slats in the door, magically not breaking the door or damaging it in any way. And if we go back in here, we'll get that Courtyard Key, which is the next thing that we were looking for. I don't think there's anything else in this room, just some legs that are legged out. Is that the way we came? Shit, I actually have to check the map here. Okay, 306. We'll keep going and see where we can get from here. Oh, there's a dude close. Alright, we also need the fire escape key, so now we got that. There are bullets in here. Nice. Alright, now any rooms like this that are side rooms, these are going to be some easy kills. That's going to help us get to that 75 kills a little easier. It's recommended to try to pick up a few kills from here, from these side rooms, because it takes less time to find enemies. You can just walk in a room real quick, check it, kill the dudes in there, and, you know, like just now we racked up 2 of them. What is this painting? I saw this in a previous playthrough, and it's obvious that it's detailed enough that it's like something, like it's referring to something, or maybe it's an Easter egg or something. Like, what if one of the members of Team Silent got married and this is like a little couple's photo that they snuck in or something? That'd be really cool. But anyway. Also, Private Tarkus, what's up? How you doing? The bracket for Valhalla is live. You face the winner of me and Shamisen? Shamisen is on my team? Ho 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 ho! Gonna twist my evil villain mustache. Ah, Shamisen is against me. You had my hopes up. I wonder who my teammate is, though. I haven't really looked at it yet. Or wait, is it the winner of me and Shamisen? We're still gonna do the 2v2. Oh, Tenrai the Testament? That's who's on my team? Huh, I don't think I know who that is. Tenrai. Shit, I got distracted for a second and started wandering around. Oh no. The good thing is the time limit difficulty for this game is like, it's not like super strict. Like, doing a playthrough in under 3 hours is like, with a little bit of focus, like, you'll be fine. I'm pretty sure this is one of the rooms we were in recently. Or, no, it's a different one. Okay. Uh-oh. Almost got my feet chomped. Yo, speedruns for this game are sick. Oh, too scared to play it? Oh no. It's so good though. But I do understand. It's horror's not a genre for everyone. But for those who do enjoy it, this game is a masterpiece. Masterpiece and a half. Super good. Alright. We need to actually figure out where we're gonna go. I think we can maybe take this fire escape. You had to have your girlfriend play PT. Oh man, I am so jealous. I didn't get a PS4 until PT was already pulled off PSN, so I've never gotten a chance to play it. I've heard a little bit about some of this stuff, and I'm almost afraid to play it because I know it will just make me so, like, it'll just make me feel like, damn, like it sucks so much that this actually got canceled. Like, maybe it's better for me to not know how godlike it is. My disappointment would greatly increase, even more than it's already at. One of the puzzles was frustrating, but it's intended. Yeah, you'll see as we get to some of the, like, I bet the coin puzzle here in the apartments on extra difficulty, which is what we're playing on for the puzzles, that shit is going to be insane. Like, all I remember about the extra puzzle riddles is that they were super hard. Like, very, very tricky stuff. Alright, so now we got our courtyard key. We need to go out here, and fortunately, since we have the gun, yeah, normally it's kind of a challenge down here to take care of these dudes. There's a little bit of a delay when you fall off the side. I think it technically is possible for me to hit you up here, so we're going to be careful. But the good thing is, for them being down there, even though there's 3 of them, like if you jump down and just try to shoot one, I'm pretty sure the other 2 are so quick and aggressive, they'll just be on top of you before you can really do anything. No, tank controls aren't hard. I honestly feel the discussion between like 2D versus 3D style controls, you know, 2D is going to be move where you point, and 3D is tank controls. This game supports either way. Alright, we just need to shoot these guys. Oh, he didn't even hit him. Come on, now. But yeah, for me, I've traditionally, you know, I grew up in the era where tank controls were just the controls. And I guess it's just because of that, that's what I'm used to. But it's definitely a preference thing, I feel. It's kind of like, to me, I compare it to, like, if you play FPS, like, shooter games or stuff, if you play with inverted controls or not. It's like, it really doesn't matter. You can just play whichever one you're more comfortable with. Which, speaking of which, inverted for life. I definitely can't play shooters with it set to normal controls. Fuck, we shouldn't have gone over here. Man, I've got to get used to that shit too. Whoa, there are dudes about. They're partying up in here. Why does that one sound like he's like running at me? What is going on? Oh, shoot him! Yikes. You thought you had your mouse inverted at work, but it turned out you were holding it upside down. Wow, rip. Oh, fuck. Ugh. Okay. We avoided the Febreze. My nose is itchy. Upside down mouse. I wonder if anybody ever has challenges like that, like if any like speedrunners, or if somebody wanted to do like a donation stream of like, check this out, I'm gonna play with the controller upside down. That might be kind of sick. I know I've seen like the 2-player, like I've seen some streams for like 2-player co-op where it's like 1 player per side of the controller. Like player 1's left hand is the movement, player two's right hand is the buttons and stuff. I always thought that the streams like that are pretty neat, like they're pretty novel. It's pretty cool to see. I saw there was an insane one. I haven't even watched like the whole video, I just saw a snippet. But somebody literally beat, I think it was fucking Bloodborne or something, or Dark Souls or something, with a DDR dance pad, and it's like, what a beast. What a monster. Okay, I need to check and see what I'm doing. Okay. We need to put the can juice in, and we need to use the fire escape key. Alright, can juice. Can juice is on floor 2. Let's see if we can go down to floor 2 from here. I think I can. Let me make sure we're in the right spot. We are. Okay. What is the idea behind this Silent Hill? Oh, have you never seen this? Oh no. Oh no, there's gonna be spoilers everywhere. Please, I have another stream that's or another one that's on, or another playthrough that's on my VOD archive on YouTube that is spoiler free. Oh yeah, but then you've seen the speed run, so you've seen some of it. So basically the general premise of Silent Hill 2 is James gets a letter from his late wife, who is believed to have died 3 years ago of some sort of terminal illness. And the letter essentially says, I'm waiting for you in Silent Hill. You know, I'm alone there in our special place. All this stuff, just kind of like beckoning him to like come to Silent Hill. And so he goes, because he's like, you know, I got a letter from my wife, but she's been dead for 3 years. So he goes to Silent Hill to try to see, like, is she still alive? Like, you know. And we learn as the game progresses, you know, he gets there and everything is, you know, he sees these weird monsters and stuff, and there's other people that he runs into that are also having some, having quite a time themselves in Silent Hill. And the story is incredible. It's super good. So Silent Hill kind of like exists in like layers or like dimensions or something, right? Like it's kind of difficult to say. Man, I got sidetracked again. Shit. It's kind of difficult to say like what it is, but this is what some people believe, and this is what I believe how it kind of like works. Is you've got the normal version of Silent Hill, which is just like a typical tourist town. That's the version that James and Mary visited when they went and had their little fun vacation before she passed away. And then you've got the fog version of Silent Hill, like kind of like when we were first walking in through the forest and in the graveyard where we met Angela, and walking through the town. It's just kind of fog. There's monsters everywhere. There's no people aside from just the rare handful of other characters. Let's see. Wrong way again. God. I'm doing terrible, like, on my actual, like, pathing this time. I'm just, like, kind of autopiloting. I guess I'm so used to doing that in my own playthroughs, where, like, I always go through and check every door, for example. And it's like, nah, I don't need to do that. I need to be more efficient. But we finally got the old man coin, so now we just need one more coin, and it is actually going to be in the room that are in the other apartment building that we access with the fire escape key, which is currently in our inventory. So, also, hello Lord Knockham, how you doing? I hope you're having a good one. But as far as the like layers of Silent Hill, you've got the normal version of the town, you've got the fog version, right? And then you've got the, I guess like the otherworld version, which is where everything is dark and like extra rusted over and bloody, and like sometimes there's weird architecture, like fences in places where there probably shouldn't be, or like weird like machines or industrial things hidden behind the walls or whatever. And basically you'll notice that the transition between... Oh, we need to see this puzzle real quick, actually. We'll touch back on, like, the states of Silent Hill in a minute. First, we gotta do, like, arguably the grossest cutscene in the game. Okay, so there's a wallet with some kind of memo. Bro, what the fuck is this? This is supposed to be the combination to the safe? Bro, these are letters. Okay, I think I know what this is. It's probably referring to, like, the number of the alphabet, right? So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So that's probably like an 8, right? And then A is 1, and then F would be, what, like 6? Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah. So probably 8, 8, 1, 6. I guess we can try that. Oh, I see. Lord Narcom, you saw some KOF streams and some more Plus R tournaments. Very nice. I hope they were good. We're actually going to be doing our Wednesday Night Fights run tomorrow, 10 p.m. And yeah, the sound effect in that cutscene, Tarkus, is... ugh. So anyway, 8816. Let's go ahead and try that. And that's how you can tell, like, that's pretty much the closest confirmation that you get that you're playing on Extra, is just the first puzzle you run into is like, hey, that's different. So let's go ahead and try to hit it. 8816. I think it was, the order was, the arrows were left, or it was like right, left, right. Yeah, this is like the first, so once you arrive at the town, you do some cutscene stuff and walk around town for a minute to get a couple of items, like key items that you need to progress, and then you go into the apartments, and that's the first like major area. Alright, so we've got 8, then we've got 8, 1, and if this works... Bro, that's not the combination. Oh, this is gonna be some... Man, extra puzzle difficulty is gonna be extra. I can tell. What the hell kind of tip is this? What kind of hint is this? Alright, did I miscount? Like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yes, that's 8. A is 1, and then A, B, C, D, E, F would be 6. So yeah, 8816. That means we're looking at this puzzle wrong. I don't know. I have no idea where to go on this. Like, if that's not referring to like which letter of the alphabet it is. H-A-F. Oh man. We kind of need this. We kind of need to figure out this one too, because, I mean, if you unlock the safe, you actually get, I think it's like 4 boxes of bullets, which is a very, very nice payout. It can't be hexadecimal since there's no H in hex. Yeah, it'd have to be like 0 through F. Oh man, I was thinking like maybe it's referring to like, let's see, does the 3-hour... yes, actually it does. We probably need to back out of this. Let's go ahead and pause it, because you can pause it. Pausing doesn't count. So, alright, so we've got 8 right. Yeah, you typed it right there. 8 right, H left, A right, F. Let's see. Could it be... I mean, I'm trying to think, like... What if it's like... Well, no, it wouldn't be that either. How many numbers are on the dial? Oh, that's a good point. Let's take a look. It has 20 in total. And it starts on wherever you left it. So like where it starts doesn't matter. HAF. Like a bastardized hex? What if letters are your 2-digit numbers? So maybe like, yeah. Maybe? I mean, I guess like we could try it. Also, Lord Narcom says, oh, I missed a couple of chats. Boomer Cup this week's grand finals were interesting. You can explain, but not sure it would make sense. I mean, you can try if you want to share. We're just chilling. Check out the VOD. I might take a look at it. Might have to see what's up. You haven't seen a Tarkus hasn't seen a combination lock since middle school. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like when you get up to, there's a very important cutscene that involves loading a tape into a VCR, and it's like, I feel like gray hairs sprout up every time I watch that cutscene. So, what would that make it? Like, are you saying to just, I guess, add like 9 to every, to all of the letter numbers? So I guess it'd be like 8, 17, 10, 16, or no, 15. 8, 17, no, that wouldn't be 16, that'd be 17, yeah. Oh no, it would be, because it'd be a 9 difference, yeah, okay. Same idea, but counting up the 2-digit numbers. Maybe? I don't think it's quite that complex. But it definitely seems like it's something weird. Because again, it's like, I don't really see what there is to even really try to extrapolate from this. Okay. Let's see. H. I'm trying to think of ways that the letter H relates to just numbers in general. Are there any letters that start with H? As far as like how they sound or something? I don't know. I really don't see, like, you know what? One other thing I was thinking of too, what if they are like, what if that interpretation is right and the letters really are like H is 8, A is 1, F is 6? What if that's the case? But what if it also is wanting us to take the rights and lefts into account? Like on the other difficulties, you know, it's just telling you which way you need to turn the dial. What if it wants us to interpret that as like plus or minus? Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking for H, is it'd have to be something like, you know, even if it was some sort of non-English base, it'd be like hecta or something. Also, hi Sid, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. We are on our first puzzle on the extra puzzle difficulty, and we're like immediately getting bodied. We walked in and found out this is like a 9-1 matchup out the gate. This is the hint, if you see on the screen, just to fill you in on where we're at. This is the hint for this this particular puzzle. Somehow we're supposed to get a safe combination from whatever's going on here. At first we tried like just simple like number swapping for the letters, like 8th letter of the alphabet, 1st letter of the alphabet, and that didn't work. So it's like, well, I'm stumped. I do have to say, if we really just have no other options, I hate to say it, but I probably will just look it up just because I don't want it to impede the run too far. Some of these we might have to anyway though, because extra riddle difficulty is like nightmarish. Like, the puzzles are whatever this is. I remember one time I saw, like, one of the better puzzle guys that I've seen for, might have been the one for Silent Hill 3, or no, I think it was this one for 2. It explains the, like, the logic that you're supposed to use. Like, well, how did they even come up with that answer? And it's like, oh, you have to look at it this way. And it was a super useful guide. I'm just curious to read it for extra, because I don't remember. I remember there was like one particular one in the hospital that stays with me because it's like extra fucked up how you're supposed to figure out the answer for it. But like pseudo hex. Oh man. This is some solve for H, A, and F. We need math nerds. Smart people, please. Oh my gosh. Right, going once, going twice. Yeah, we're just gonna have to look it up. Damn. Immediately got stumped, like, right out the gate. I was hoping that maybe wouldn't happen. But that one is certainly difficult enough where it's like, I really have no idea which direction to head in for it. So, alright, so looking at the extra puzzle difficulty, we found a good little guide here. Alright, the safe puzzle. Alright, so interesting thing about this puzzle, on extra, the numbers that it has here are random. So you have to actually figure out whatever formula or whatever it's using. Okay. Oh my god. Tarkus, you're literally onto something. Let's go ahead and try what it was. We may have just, like, you may have actually figured it out. Like, that is insane. Okay. The directions are just directions. It's just the way you have to turn it. The main thing it wants us to do, looking at the... Oh shit, I didn't mean to leave. The main thing it's wanting us to do is to make sure that we're turning it the right way. Alright, so the first one is 8. And then it goes right, left, right. So, to go to the right, let's see, that would be 17. So, 17, and then the next one's going to be 10. Okay, and then the next one is going to be... Oh, what was the other one? 15. Was it 15? Yeah, it was 15. Okay, and then we want to go right to 15. Tarkus, you're a genius. You literally figured it out. That is actually godlike. Very good stuff. Very nice. Also, that's sick, because that means we technically did not use a guide, since you had already figured it out. So we're going to try to avoid that this whole run. I don't know what it is, like, on one of our other recent streams... Oh yeah, real quick, how's the audio? I just want to double check on that real quick, since the game is a bit loud for me. But I'll leave it as is if it's good for you guys. Audio's good? Okay, good. Well, in that case, I'll just deal with the slightly loud audio noise on this end. Alright. Oh, we didn't get the map from the steps. Jeez. I am not paying attention like I should be. Alright, so now we got the map. We need to go down to the first floor. Oh man, you know what? We made a critical mistake. There's a cutscene that we were supposed to see in the main apartment building before we came over here to the second building. We forgot to see the intro cutscene for Eddie. Damn. Well, at least I guess now I can show you guys what happens if you skip that cutscene. If you come here to the second building first, when you try to go into the room that has the cutscene with Angela. I was like, what is that? Oh, come back here. These guys are annoying. Yeah, if we try to go, like, you have to actually go into the room with Eddie before you go into the room with Angela. If you try to go into the room with Angela first, it'll tell you, like, a force is holding the door closed or something, if I remember right. So at least we'll be able to see that little extra line. I don't even want to start that puzzle yet. I don't even want to look at it, because I know it's going to be fucked up. The coin puzzle is, like, usually one of the harder ones for me, just on any difficulty. Yeah, we'll just, we'll circle back to that later. The door won't open. That might be it. It's not saying that it's broken or anything like that, it's just telling us, no. And that's because it wants us to explore a bit more and go back and find Eddie first. The coin puzzle is, so there's a desk, which we didn't examine it just now, but we did walk in the room with it. Yeah, there are 5 slots in the dresser, or in the desk, and you have 3 coins, and you have to figure out the order that they go in and where they go, based on a riddle that they give you, or a poem. And on hard, it's hard. Oh, but what I was saying a minute ago, what's godlike is when we were doing the hard playthrough, Garbage came in, and Garbage was like, yeah, I've never actually played any Silent Hill, like, ever in my life. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Well, we're still, you know, we're stuck on this puzzle. We've been stuck on that puzzle for like 30 minutes or something, just trying to like toss out ideas and figure it out and take guesses. And Garbage is like, well, okay, try this. And Garbage like got it first try. Never played a Silent Hill in their life, and immediately came in and bodied like a super hard puzzle. It was very GG's. Alright, since we goofed, we actually gotta go back and make up for our mistakes. So let's go ahead and exit. I think the fire escape is in the other direction. Oh my god. You don't understand the premise of the coins? Oh, they're just, you can essentially think of them as keys. They're just key items. They're just key items that let you, do that puzzle. You do a little stomp. You do a little romping and stomping. I can't remember if I showed you guys that one before. If you try to check the room with the boss fight for Pyramid Head, the first time that you try to check it, if you walk away, you'll hear the door handle will like jingle back. How do I get out of this place? Oh my god. Okay, we need to go back in the room. That's right. Man, I played this game like, usually I do my playthroughs with almost like kind of like blinders on. And that's kind of a problem when I autopilot it too much, because then I'll like get lost and then I'll just wander around and waste a ton of time. Right, we need to go back into the room here. There it is. Now we can go back. This is not the same story as the movie. The movie is primarily based on the story that is started in Silent Hill 1 and completed in Silent Hill 3. Like, it's kind of weird how they did it. They came out with Silent Hill 1, and then they came out with Silent Hill 2, which is like a completely different story, completely separate characters. You know, the only thing that the games share in common at that point is just they both take place in the town. And, yeah, we need to go down. Sorry, I'm just thinking of where that's... What would be the easiest way to get there? I think we can just go outside and then cut over to the other apartment building. if it's not, or here, we can just take the courtyard. Because it's actually in this little side building. Should have the cutscene that we need. So one of these, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's it. Okay. Oh, some bullets. How thoughtful. Speaking of other gross sound effects aside from the toilet noise. Yeah, the story for Silent Hill 1, they did 2 as a standalone, like, different, and then 3 is a continuation of 1. It's the sequel to 1. And then 4 is also completely standalone, aside from taking place in the town and having some minor references to the other games.
Do what?
I didn't do anything. I swear. He was like this when I got here.
My name's James. James Sunderland.
Eddie.
I feel the graphics...
Who's that?
Well,
dead
I'll
guy
tell you
in the
after
kitchen?
cutscene.
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't kill anybody.
You're not friends with that red pyramid thing, are you?
Red pyramid thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. But I did see some weird looking monsters. They scared the hell out of me, so I ran in here.
Well, I guess this place isn't too safe either. What happened here anyway?
I told you, I don't know. I'm not even from this town. I just...
You too, huh?
Get it together, Eddie.
Something just brought you here, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, whatever it is, I think you better get out of here soon.
Yeah, you're right. What about you?
I'll leave as soon as I'm done here. Eddie, be careful.
James, you be careful too.
Sheesh. So, now that that cutscene is taken care of, we can go back and actually do the stuff with Angela. And you were saying you feel that the dated graphics kind of help this game. I honestly feel the graphics for this game mostly held up really well. Team Silent is known for having some incredible texture work. Like, if you look at the unmodded, just like straight off the DVD install or whatever, off the 5 CD installation for Silent Hill 3, unmodded, that game still looks like okay. Like, even by today's standards, it's like, it's obviously a little dated, but it's like, damn, it held up really well. Or same thing with Silent Hill 4, it's like also like, it's like, damn, like, this is not bad for essentially like PS2 era hardware. Alright, we need to get back out of here, so let's go ahead and just walk back out the courtyard. Also, shoot, there's one other item that I need to find, and I can't remember which room it's in, so we may have to explore a little bit. Let's go ahead and check 103, just to make sure, or is that, yeah, that's one of the ones that's boarded up. Yeah, we, to get the Rebirth Ending, we need to get those 4 special key items, and one of those key items is here, in one of the hotel rooms. It's like on the counter, off to the side in the little kitchen for each of the apartments. We've got to remember, or got to just find which room has it, because we have to get that item. Now, the Rebirth Ending is just like, it's just an additional ending you can get. This game, like the main game, has 4 like normal endings, and there is no true canon ending. Like Team Silent has said that they kind of intentionally left it up to the player's imagination. Gosh, where in the heck is that room? I'm pretty sure it's on the 1st floor. I want to say it's one of the... Actually, you know what? I think it's in the room with the, I think the white charisma's in the room with the coin puzzle. I think it might be in the second building. So, in any case, we got the cutscene that we needed out of the way. Now we can just head back up, jump through the fire escape. Okay, I think we can get back on track. We wasted a shit ton of time, but... hey, that's gonna help with optimizing routes and stuff, right? Practice makes perfect. We make this mistake, and now next time we know it's like, okay, I gotta make sure to get the Eddie cutscene. Oh, the dog ending. The dog ending is great. I mean, let's be real. Fantastic joke ending. There's also one other joke ending, the UFO ending, which we'll be getting those two endings as well. Yeah. We'll be getting those endings as well in additional subsequent playthroughs. Right, let's go ahead and go... Need to go ahead and go downstairs. Just go straight to the room that has the coin puzzle in it. The dreaded coin puzzle. Whoa, bugs. Gross. Oh, and the flashlight looks away. There it is. Hey. The Silent Hill eye drops. I'm secretly dreading the coin puzzle. Oh, you know what? We need to go ahead and see the cutscene with Angela. Should be... Yep, it's in here. You can tell because the textures on the wall in this room are like kind of unique. Yeah, the texture work in this game is phenomenal. And especially on the Enhanced Edition. I mean, this is the Enhanced Edition, like a collection of some fan mods to pretty it up a bit.
Oh, it's
They've been doing a bang-up job with this mod. It's very, very impressive.
Yeah, I'm James.
Are you not going to be able to sleep? Oh no. Are you getting
Angela.
spooked?
Angela, okay.
Are you,
I don't know what you're planning.
is it giving you the willies?
There's always another way.
Really? But
Also, this
you're
game
the same
is
as me.
very dark, as
It's
you can tell
easy
by
just to run.
this cutscene.
Besides, is what we deserve.
Oh yeah, this entire
not
the
like
entire OST for this game is non-stop bangers. Like really good
You
ambient,
afraid?
industrial, a little bit of light, like
I'm
light
sorry.
alternative rock or modern rock vibes, and it's super
It's
good.
okay.
Whole soundtrack is goated.
Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say?
This is when we start to kind of first realize
How do you
that
know that?
Angela is
Well,
a
I
bit
just figured, 'cause this is where you're looking for her.
mentally
How
unstable.
else would I know?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this town anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
Like speaking of the nice textures,
I'm
like look at her
sorry.
sweater.
It's okay.
That's or
Anyway,
even just like the skin tone.
she's dead.
You can see the little blemishes and imperfections that you'd see on a...
I don't know why I think
on a
she's
person.
here.
She's dead?
Don't worry. I'm not crazy. At least, I don't think so.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure.
I'm gonna be real with all these monsters walking around. I don't know if
I kept it.
completely
I'm not
removing
sure
the
what I
weapon
might
is
do.
maybe the best idea.
No! Oh, I'm sorry. I've been bad. Please don't.
James looking like that meme of the little monkey where he's like... Oh no. Your perception has been warped by the creepypastas. Oh no. That's tragic. We finally stomped a bug. Alright. Okay, so now there's... The only thing we need to do, because that should be the last key, the last coin, it is now coin puzzle time. I already know this is going to be, like... God, this is going to be so ridiculous. Watch it be like a poem written in Latin or something, and it's like, hey, I hope you understand this. Oh, it's on the first floor. Oops. Should have gone back. I feel you. Yeah, I don't want to keep you up too late. I certainly appreciate you for stopping by, hanging out for a little bit, helping us solve the wallet puzzle, because I sure wasn't gonna do that. All right, so we are now back in the room. This is the coin puzzle. Right? It's like going to bed 2 hours later. No, hopefully it won't be that bad, but let's see what it says. There's something written on the desk. Like coins in the hazy aether, tossed our souls must by their sinful weight descend to earth with lightness lost. Oh, this is already ridiculous. Like, to right the sins that they had laid, when thrice in falling they intone, then happiness shall be thy own. Okay, no idea what it's talking about so far. The first note be not by the horned one rung, though it be there that all sins be sprung. The bringer of life and the bringer of shame, the sins of the latter be evermore tame. Bringer of life and bringer of shame. That's definitely the prisoner. That's gotta be talking about the prisoner. Though coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. Coming in the aged one's wake, formless one's soul. Aged one's gotta be the old man, formless one's gotta be the snake. It's like, they're kind of upfront with like which coin is which. But what in the world is this? What are these hints? So the previous one, yeah, the horned one, probably talking about, you know, probably some sort of reference to the biblical Satan. So probably talking about the snake. Oh no, there's literally, you say that jokingly, in Silent Hill 3 there is literally a puzzle that requires you to have a working knowledge of Shakespeare to beat it. Yeah, like not joking. It's literally called the Shakespeare Puzzle, and it's like the most infamous puzzle in that game, and one of the more cruel throughout the series. Although I guess it's easy if you are familiar with many works of Shakespeare. It may be an easy puzzle for you. Yeah, it's just funny. I noticed you mentioned Shakespeare jokingly, and it's like, well, actually, never could get into Shakespeare. Yeah, I can't do the classics. I have respect, but can't do it. So anyway, though coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. Coming in the aged one's wake, so Snake's behind the old man. The needless one, silent, with hungers all sated, is least then in sin, with his lusts all abated. What? Is that referring to like an empty space? For the gravest of sinners his place be appointed, and if he be lucky may his soul be anointed. No idea. No idea. Oh, that was it. Bro, I don't know where this shit goes. Oh my god, I forgot these puzzles on extra are extra. This is extra spicy. Like coins and hazy ether tossed, our souls must by their sinful weight descend to earth with lightness lost. I think that's a filler passage. That's just like an intro to the actual puzzle. To right the sins that they hath laid. I wonder why right is in quotation marks here. If it's saying like start from the right, or like proceed in order to the right, which I guess would be the exact opposite. And thrice is falling they intone, then happiness shall be thy own. I also wonder why happiness is capitalized here. In the hard version of this puzzle, the words silent and I think the other one was like hidden. Those words were capitalized, and it was alluding to blank, like empty slots, the two empty slots that end up not having coins in them. So it was like part of the hint, and it was referring to those. So I wonder if happiness is referring to something specific here with the capital letter. Oh no, this will probably take a while. Definitely do not stay up for us to beat this one, because it may take us a moment. Yeah, of course. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the good luck. I'm sure we will need it, as we do right now. And yeah, have a good one, Tarkus. So the first note be not by the horn one wrong, though it be there that all sins be sprung. Not by the horned one wrong. So the first note. I wonder what note is referring to. Just literally, it almost feels too easy to interpret it like, oh, first spot, right? The first space. Not by the horn one wrong. Maybe it's saying something is not the snake. Maybe the first space is not snake. Though it be there that all sins be sprung. Not really sure. Like some of the poems in these puzzles, the longer poems, like for this puzzle, some lines in some of the verses are like not really like red herrings, but like they're just like filler. Like they don't actually relate to the puzzle, and sometimes it's very difficult to pick out which lines are the actual hints and which ones are just, just there. The bringer of life and the bringer of shame, the sins of the latter be evermore tame. That's got to be the prisoner. Bringer of life, the prisoner is a woman. When you examine the prisoner coin, it says the prisoner is a woman. The bringer of shame, I mean, she is blindfolded. That's maybe the best guess I have on that. So that's probably the woman. So snake doesn't go in first one. This is what I'm getting so far. I'm just kind of spitballing. Just like rubber ducking. So let's say snake is not the first one. So maybe snake is second one. Or actually we'll pin that one. Let's say that the woman is the second one. Because, the bringer of life and bringer of shame. Though coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. The aged one's wake. I know remembering from last time, when we look at the actual old man coin, he's facing to the right. So, in his wake would be behind him, right? So maybe the snake needs to be to the left of the old man? Okay, so maybe woman, snake, old man, and then let's try to figure out where the gaps go. The needless one silent with hungers all sated, is least then in sin with his lusts all abated. The needless one, silent, hungers all sated. That sounds like it's referring to an empty space. Also, notice the needless one is capitalized as well, so that kind of feels like it's they're really highlighting it with those initial caps. For the gravest of sinners, this sounds like filler. The gravest of sinners, his place be appointed, and he'd be, yeah. I hope so. I hope that we get this one. I'm sure that we're gonna try. Whatever it is that we're gonna try is probably not gonna be it. I'm gonna try doing blank, snake, old man, woman. Actually, shit. It probably needs to be woman. Yeah, blank, woman, snake, old man. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So let's try blank. And then woman. Or prisoner. And then let's try snake. And then old man. This almost feels like it's too easy. Like, it feels like this is so easy that I've got it wrong. Yeah, that's because we did get it wrong. Okay. Page's order is Horn 1, prisoner, Age 1's wake, Formless 1, Needless 1, Gravest of sinners. Okay. Let's take a look at this one more time. Alright, so we know this is to right the sins that they hath laid. When thrice in falling they intone, then happiness shall be their own. The first note be not by the horn one rung, though it be there that all sins be sprung. That's definitely got to be an allusion to the snake. I just realized, though it be there, all sins be sprung, that's an Adam and Eve reference. It's very clearly referencing the serpent, right? This has got to be talking about the snake. So the first note be not by... So snake doesn't go in the first spot is what I'm getting from this. Wonder if thrice and falling is more than just the 3 coins. Yeah, that's a good question. It's good to keep in mind. I don't know how what I could take from that though. Like, I don't know what hint that would be, what that would be hinting at. This is definitely the woman. Bringer of life is like dead giveaway, really. So that's got to be the prisoner. The sins of the latter be ever more tame. What if you're supposed to order them by like the amount that they've sinned? You know, it said for the snake, that's the source of like where all sins hath sprung or whatever. The woman it's saying, or the prisoner it's saying, the sins of the latter be ever more tame. Sins of the latter. So I wonder if that's saying the sins of the old man are like tamer than hers. Though coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. Okay. All I'm really getting out of this, because like H1 is definitely the old man, Formless one is definitely the snake. But coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. The needless one silent with hungers all sated is least then in sin, with his less all abated. For the gravest of sinners his place be appointed, and if he be lucky... I really think maybe we should look into the amount, the severity of sin for each of these, because I'm noticing it's like kind of talking about like the level of sin, or like the amount of sin. How heavily thou hath sinned kind of deal. And the gravest of sinners his place be appointed, and if he be lucky, may his soul be anointed. Okay. Man, this is gonna be a super difficult one. Where's garbage? Where's garbage when we need them? Go ahead and heal, I guess. Why not? We don't want to stay beat up for too long. Okay, going back to the coins. Alright. It said, wait, let's look at that first line, or the first or second verse. Our souls must by... You know what, maybe this is actually a clue. Our souls must by their sinful weight descend to earth with lightness lost. Descend. Maybe it's in descending order. Like, biggest sinner to like having the least amount of sin. It's like descending, right? Descending to the right. To right the sins that they have laid. When thrice in falling they intone, then happiness shall be thy own. Yeah. Okay, so let's try that. So let's figure out who has the like most and least sin. I guess we'll also try to figure out where the blanks are. That's one thing that makes it so hard. It's not enough to actually have the order right. You have to figure out where there's gaps. Let's see. Thrice in falling they intone, then happiness shall be thy own. Since the first note be not by the horned one wrong, though it be there. Okay. Though it be there that all sins be sprung. What if the first one is the snake? I mean, if they're like the origin of all sin, it's a pretty severe amount of sin. That's the sin alarms, the sin sense is tingling. Wake of the ancient. Oh, that's a good point. The wake of the ancient, the wake of the aged one may be referring to a blank space, and it may be saying that it's not behind the guy, it's not behind the old man, it's behind his wake. I like that thinking. Okay, so let's go with like snake in the first spot. The bringer of life and the bringer of shame. The sins of the latter be ever more tame. Sins of the latter. Bringer of shame is the snake. This is giving us a hint for who it's like a basis of comparison. The bringer of life is the prisoner because that's the woman. The bringer of shame has got to be the serpent, right? Or well, actually, because Eve bit the apple, right? In the Bible, and then that's when, they realized they were naked. Like that kind of like introduced the concept of shame to man. So if that's the case, bringer of shame could be referring to the woman. It could be like an Eve reference. Or it could be talking about the snake, because that wouldn't have happened if the snake had not introduced, temptation and all that stuff. But it does feel like Eve would be the closer pick. And bringer of life is definitely a woman to the reference. The sins of the latter be ever more tame. But that's what makes me think it might be a comparison. If the bringer of life is the prisoner / woman, and the bringer of shame is the snake, it's saying the sins of the latter, so the sins of the snake are more tame. So the prisoner might be the highest level of sin, then the snake, and then the old man. Though coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. Okay. The needless one silent with hungers all sated is least than in sin with his lust all abated. I think that's the old man. Silent, silent, that actually probably is also referring to a blank space. And that's the least sin, so I think the far right spot is empty. Okay, for the gravest of sinners, his place be appointed. I think that is actually one of those, like, almost like a red herring passage where I don't think this verse actually relates to the puzzle. It's just making a reference to, like, where, that the spots are sin relevant, I guess. All right, let's look at the start one more time. Must by their sinful weight descend to earth with lightness lost. To right the sins that they have laid. When thrice in falling they intone, then happiness shall be thy own. The first note be not there that all sins be sprung. That's gotta be the serpent though, right? Okay, coming in the age of wake, formless forms. Soul in fear doth quake. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to pop some of these in. Alright, so least sin. The needless one with his sins abated is going to be an empty spot. I think we want to do the old man. And then we want to go for maybe a space for the old man's wake. And then the serpent. And then we want to try the prisoner in the first spot. If this doesn't work, I'm going to try it again with the prisoner and the snake swapped, which, yeah, that did not work. Okay, so let's go snake woman, right? Alright, snake. And... shit, I don't think this will work because the snake is not in the old man's wake. Nope. Okay. Let's see. Let's check it one more time. Alright, so, like coins in the hazy, either tossed, their souls must by their sinful weight descend to earth with lightness lost, to right the sins which they have laid. And that's, I'm guessing that's saying the order needs to progress to the right, so left to right. When thrice in falling they intone, then happiness shall be thy own. Thrice in falling. Maybe that's saying that they're right next to each other, like 3 in a row. The first notice be not by the horn one rung. The first note be not by the horn one wrong, though it be there that all sins be sprung. Bringer of life and the bringer of shame, the sins of the latter be ever more tame. That's gotta be Eve, an Eve reference. The sins of the latter be ever more tame. Though coming in the aged one's wake, the formless one's soul in fear doth quake. The needless one silent, with hungers all sated, is least thin in sin, with his less all abated. His? This might be referring to the old man. The needless one, silent, with hungers all sated, is least thin in sin, with his less all abated. Or, for the gravest of sinners his place be appointed, and if he be lucky, may his soul be anointed. Descending sin from the right, so the order is reversed. Like, we can try it the other way around. I mean, for sure. I think I'm open to any and all guesses. I didn't mean to hit it again. I am open to any and all guesses, so what you thinking? We can go ahead and pop these in right now. Like, let's start far right. So, you think we should go with blank? Or maybe the snake? That's tough. I guess I'll go ahead and just pop a few in and see. We'll just try a few real quick. Right, so the first one, bringer of sin or whatever. Let's try, oh, the blank of the old man first, like first on the left. I wonder if it'll let me just pop this out. No, I have to examine it. Okay. So, oh yeah, when telling me the order, we'll just go with left to right, because that'll be easier to read, to see. Well, I know we've tried a couple times with the first one being blank. Let's try the old man in the first spot. And then the old man's wake. But the old man is facing to the right. It's impossible for him to have a wake if it's implied that his wake is behind him, like in his wake. There's no way to get behind him if he's in the first spot. Yeah, let's actually go ahead and pop him out, because I'm pretty sure that one, referring to the aged one and the formless one, that sounds like at least it's telling you the order for those two. It's like the snake comes before the old man. So maybe we want to do... I mean, maybe we want to do the order that we see here. Just go with snake, old man, woman, and then figure out where the blanks are. So let's go with snake, and then let's do old man, and then let's do, you know what, fuck it, let's just do the first three. If this isn't it, then we'll scoot the woman over. Nope. Okay, so we'll scoot her over by one. No dice. Right, maybe we can scoot both of these to the right. So blank, snake, old man, woman, blank. Oh gosh, it's already starting to get late for me too. We may have to just look up this one just for the sake of brevity. Yeah, at this point I think we're just gonna have to try to save a little time. Unfortunately, I do not have the time to stay up and figure this out. We were so close. We almost got it. So the assumption about the snake, or about the old man being first, actually super correct. And what we want to do for the snake, although that's kind of fucked up, literally in front of him is not in his wake. Wait, did I not put that in right? Oh, yeah, we need to actually move the snake. The snake goes in the middle. Alright, so... Damn. We have officially been defeated by extras puzzles. We had to use a walkthrough on that one. Also, one thing that's neat about this particular guide, though, is it explains it attempts to explain the reasoning. So basically, the first verse is filler, just saying to use the coins. It explains that the order of the coins has something to do with the order of the sins represented by the coins. So we were on the right track on that. Oh, I see. With lightness lost is essentially a line that means from left to right, their crimes are getting worse. I see. The second verse has the right line. So probably listing the crimes from right to left, or that you need to go in order to the right, is just kind of weird. They don't really say exactly what it's referring to. And then the first note be not by the horn when wrong. Yeah, that's referring to the snake. And, okay. So with him being from where all sin hath sprung, the first, in other words, the rightmost coin is not the snake, though it is the source of sin. It's also implying that being the source of sin does not necessarily make him the worst of three sinners. That's what the one that referred to the bringer of life and the bringer of... I see. Yeah, bringer of life and bringer of shame. And it says the latter's sins are more tame. It's saying that the snake has less sin, less than it appears. The aged one is the old man. The formless one is an empty space. Oh, that's messed up. Okay, so yeah, that's just to give you some insight on how, like, that's not even the full explanation. There's like a couple of other paragraphs, and we're just not going to go that far. But yeah, that's a quick rundown of how the logic behind extra puzzles works, and that it's just nuts. It's like, here's a super abstract, like, really vague riddle. Good luck. Right, we do need to run... There should be a room that we can use this key on, which is right here. This is going to take us to a save point. Are we going to get the... Oh, we might get the special audio. I hope we do. I think it's in this next room if we get it. We didn't get it again. Damn. We haven't gotten that one yet. There's only like a 50-50 chance or so for that one to play when you go into a certain room in the apartments. I think it's this room. But it's this little, almost kind of whispered, like James is kind of like whispering to himself. And he says he has a creepy line of dialogue. So we got our save point out of the way. We're going to do the first boss fight, which is going to be the Pyramid Head. I am going to step away for just a moment to take me a quick break to stretch my legs and whatnot. When I come back, we will go ahead and tackle this one. Actually, nope, you know what? At this point, we probably need to wrap up, sadly. It is already 1:30, and I did not get nearly enough sleep last night, so I need to actually try to go to bed on time tonight. Yeah, and I agree with that, Sid. I think because we were on the right track. We figured out like some of the hard stuff about like, you know, that it's referring to like the order of sin. You know. But yeah, we got some of the hints right as far as like which coins certain things were alluding to. But that's a really hard one. Traditionally I've always struggled with that puzzle more than any of the others in this game. But we'll see how it is. It has been like, I've only played through Extra Riddle one time. I don't remember any of the solutions for it. So we'll probably run into some more interesting ones, especially in the hospital. But yeah, on that note, I am going to go ahead and sadly, go ahead and put a pin in this for now. I guess we'll be back. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday Night Fights for Plus R. So if you want to see me engage in some fisticuffs with ABBA and Plus R, we're going to be doing that tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern. Friday, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might have plans on Friday. So we'll see how that shakes out. If I do end up running a stream on Friday, it'll probably be a continuation of where we are right now in Silent Hill 2. But I'm going to go ahead and head out from here. So to anybody who tuned in, let me say thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day or evening, and take care. Until next time.